Well, hello everyone. This is Growing with Dave. This is our third video that we're producing. You probably have seen our popular video on growing pasta and finding free-range soap. This one's going to be about toilet paper. Toilet paper has been in the news a lot. We've had some shortages and some different issues, but there's no need to run out of toilet paper. You can actually produce your own toilet paper. The first myth I want to dispel that's been going around on the internet is that you can grow toilet paper. What a joke. That is not true. Do not believe that. Toilet paper is produced, that doesn't grow. So a little history about toilet paper. Toilet paper really became popular in this country in the 1880s and into the 1890s. People were producing it at home. By 1900, big tissue got involved, and so the big toilet paper companies were mass producing toilet paper. So people kind of forgot how to produce their own toilet paper. But then the Great Depression hit, and during the 30s, there was a huge toilet paper shortage. And there were a few gimmicks that came out there to try to replace toilet paper. One of my favorites, and you'll probably find this pretty interesting, is the tush brush. Just as it sounds, it's to clean your tush. It was used, but people really didn't use it a whole lot, and it kind of faded away. The only thing that kind of stuck, they had a great jingle, and I'll see if I can remember it. It was two to the left, two to the right, will leave your butt clean and bright. But after that, it just kind of faded into history. So here we are during the pandemic, shortage of toilet paper. How do you produce toilet paper? It's very simple. Our ancestors used churns. This was a common utilitarian piece of pottery that was in every home, and they used it to produce butter. But they also used it to produce toilet paper. Now there's different ones. Here's the pottery one. There's also wood churns and stuff. You don't even need that. You can actually get by with a bucket and a stick, but I prefer to use the churn. So how do you produce toilet paper? Very simple, folks. You start out with some paper, waste paper, any kind of paper. You simply tear it into small pieces, something related to about this size, drop it in. You can also use cardboard, and I prefer to use a light cardboard because that will dissolve much better. And so again, you just tear some of the pieces off of it, throw it in there, and then you add water, and you fill your churn about halfway up with used paper and cardboard and water. But there's a couple other things you do need to add. Now, if you want your toilet paper to come out white, put a little bleach in it. But if you don't mind having a discolored toilet paper, taking on the color of the paper put in there, then don't add any bleach. The other thing you need is a binding substance. Now, you can go out and buy glue and put in there, but I prefer to do what our ancestors did, and that was to add flower petals. Flower petals have a couple of, how should we say, very unique qualities to them. One, of course, if you want your toilet paper scented, it will smell. But all flower petals throughout the world have a natural binding agent in it. And what you do, so a churn this size, I would use like 3 heads of roses. You simply pluck the petals, put those in there. And after you're done churning, that binding substance is released. Now there's a scientific name for it, I believe it's called stickmosis, is what actually happens. But you have everything in there. You have your water, your paper, bleach if you add it, and your flower petals. And then you just churn it, just like you were churning butter. Now, this generally, once you have everything in there, you need to do this for an hour. That's why a lot of times I would suggest if you're doing this as a family activity, go out on the porch after the evening meal. And The rhythm to the churning, the best thing I could suggest, if any of you have had CPR, for example, they teach you to use the song Staying Alive, Staying Alive. Well, do the same thing here with the churn. Staying alive, staying alive, staying alive. And do that for an hour. Then let it sit. Set it aside. Depending on how much water you have put in here, it will take 2 to 4 days for that to evaporate away. Well, we're not going to make that video that long. And so what we've done, 4 days ago, I had churned up a fresh batch of toilet paper right here. And so, and again, I use actual rose petals in there on this, because I found them to really have the most binding agent. Now what you can do, take care of, oh yes, it's all set. You will find that you can just pull it out and it actually looks like that. Now, I like my toilet paper on rolls. I mean, most people want it on rolls. So I'm going to show you a quick little trick. Simply put a little piece of tape, put your roll on the end of a drill like this, and just slowly, oops, I didn't have it on there firm enough, slowly wind it up. And you will have a full roll of toilet paper. You know, so you'll end up with something like this. And I gotta tell you, there is nothing like a fresh roll of toilet paper out of the churn. First, it's supple and soft, and the smell. The smell, what can I compare it with? It would be like whole wheat fresh bread with cranberries in it. Oh, the house will just fill with that aroma. And so I barely took any out here. I probably have in this churn, I could probably get another 2-3 rolls of this. So that's in a nutshell on how you can produce your own toilet paper. Now, Professional Assistant Pat, I understand someone did have a question that he sent in to us earlier.
We do have a question from John Truax. He lives outside of Northfield over by Fox Lake. He's wondering, as I think many people are, if you could answer the age-old question about does it go over or under?
Okay, we are going to put an end to this debate. This has gone on too long, and I have factual data here that I'm going to use. First, I am going to show you a patent number 390084 by an H. Lane. This was patented on September 25th, 1988. If you could zoom in, he patented his dispenser on how to dispense toilet paper. I think it is extremely clear over the top, no question. Secondly, I have a second patent, number 459516 from S. Wheeler, on wrapping and dispensing of a paper roll. This was patented on September 15th, 1891. This was his invention on how to disperse toilet paper. Again, very clear, over the top. So I hope that finally puts to bed any of these age-old questions about how toilet paper should be dispensed. Hey, you know, again, these may seem like a little bit of tough times, but I just want to leave you with this. Wash your hands, keep your distance, and remember, things are getting better. And until next time, this was Growing with Dave.